And here we are, guys, with another game of Road to 2000. Sometimes you learn something, sometimes you have fun. This time, I don't know, I guess we are going to find out. I'm going to play the closed Sicilian. It's a lot of time that I don't play the open Sicilian because I don't love it. Honestly, I prefer the closed because in the open there are so many lines, so many wide lines, so I prefer not to do that. And at this point, you can put the bishop on b5, but the difference of the line that I usually play is that this time my opponent doesn't have to have double pawns. So this time is better to play the traditional closed Sicilian, which is with pawn on g3 and try to fianchetto the bishop on g2. So this time, maybe we are going to know how to play the closed Sicilian. Some theory. By the way, about theory, I'm going to start a new playlist about some lines, not openings because I don't have the knowledge to teach you an opening, but I can teach you some really strong lines that are going to make you win really fast. Even though, as I always say, guys, you don't need theory to win. You just need to play something decent. And logically, now I'm developing the knight this way because I'm mad and I want to play f4. That's it. That's just it. If he plays a move like b6 or b5 now, he's going to lose in a second. f4 and win. b5 now, there is e5 and he loses. Alright, he saw this. Now I'm thinking that I can still play e5, which looks like a really good move. And I don't really see why I shouldn't play it. I mean, I play it, if I take, I get attacked. So let's say I play e5, it's going to take with the pawn, and I take the pawn again. And where is it going to put the knight? It's going to have some problem with the knight, and then I can probably take the pawn, so looks logical to me. And I opening all the lines, which is good. I just play like this, but now this is hanging and this is hanging 2 times. So I just have to decide what to take first. This straight up win a pawn, but also this, take, I'm threatening this. Right, I see. So I'm going to take this knight for the simple reason, because after the captures back with the pawn, if he takes this pawn, I can take the pawn back, and if he takes with the bishop, he's going to lose because this becomes a target because my rook opens. Now, we play this move, which is kind of wide. I can develop the knight in order to defend the bishop. I can take the bishop and take the pawn, and I'm up a pawn, but I don't love it. I feel like my opponent has a lot of counterplay, and I prefer have the same material as my opponent, but have a really active position that being up a pawn. I mean, at least in this case, because sometimes I play opening when I'm just up a pawn. Nah, I'm going to be up a pawn. Sorry. I'm such a pussy. Right, take this, and I'm up a pawn. Yeah, now I develop the knight, because here is really strong, and if he wants to play the knight for the bishop, it's just a mistake, because his bishop is much stronger than my knight. He castle long, which is wild, really wild. I don't know if this is good. Now, I need to develop though. So let's try something like this, because now my opponent doesn't have any annoying check. Yeah, he has this, but I can defend in many ways. We'll say with the rook. Yeah, fine. I want to play his queen. Yeah, I mean, he has this move, which is really annoying. So what if I just avoid to let him play this move? He still has it, but now I guess I have time to defend. For example, I go there, he checks me, right, and what? Just preparing to develop the rook. If he checks me, I just move the king. I don't think he has something, because if he checks me and the only way he has is going on d4, he can't move the knight. So yeah, now I can't move my knight. Now, I mean, just move the king, so I'm sure. But if I move the king, he has other annoying checks. He has a lot of annoying checks. Not so easy. Yeah, this was a good move. Let's try to trade as many pieces as possible, man. But no, that's a bad move. So I don't want the knight to come and destroy my position. So it's logical to play this move. So if he does something like that, I just take the knight. But I wait. I don't get it. No, I don't get it. What is his point? What? But guys, don't do that. He does not know what to do, but clearly has something in this position. He just wasted 2 times, and now obviously I'm much better because he's losing too much time doing this white stuff. Just develop the rook and wait. And what, do you want to go there? You can't. Yeah, but this loses a pawn. That's why I say he can't. And now he just helped me because, yeah, but it's not a problem now. I can defend him many times I want. I'm defending. If he sacks another pawn, I'm fine. Well, he has this after that, so I have to be a bit careful, but I should be fine. So this is important. After this game, we're going to check the analysis because my opponent just did a game wasting 2 moves, and I get it. He does not know how to find a plan, as in fact you said you asked me to make a video about finding plans. So I'm trying to help you and tell you what he should have done and why I can understand that. So my plan now is just to develop the knight because sucks. Also doing this, I control the e6 square, so I can put a really strong rook there. Yeah, this is a good move, but still has to be careful. He can't take because he's defended. If he tries to pin me, I move the king where he does not have a knight check, and I should be fine. Yeah, what if I go there and then this way? Yeah, and now he's the one pinned. Did I miss something? I don't think so. The only thing is that I'm really low on time, but probably I stop talking and play faster. My next move is to remove the knight and win the rook. Yeah, but I can still win the rook. That's the problem. And now he is completely lost. Now it's hopeless. Unless, because I'm thinking he has this check. So he's not completely hopeless. Yeah, because now this is defended. But I can just trade everything after that. So I'm not losing a piece or something similar to that. I'm just trading. Yeah, and now I trade everything in a winning endgame. That's kind of destructive. Just trade everything. This is a winning endgame because it would have been winning just being up a pawn, but I'm up 3 pawns actually. Wow. This is another distracting thing. In order to win, you have to consider all the board. Yeah, it's good that I have 4 pawns, but he has a king on this side. But on the, what is this, the king side? On my king side, I have the king. So I had to play on the king side because if I want to win, I have to win there because I'm just up a piece on the king side. So what I'm doing this is not a pawn sack because I'm going to win it back. Then I push the pawn and win, as simple as it is. And he can't go too far with this king because otherwise I just start pushing and win. Remember the square rule. You see, 4 squares. You just build this square with 4 squares. If the king is inside, even in the red squares, he's going to reach the pawn. So I'm not going to push the pawn now, but I can just shield the pawn with the king and I can win this way. And now that the king is going that far, I can actually start pushing this pawn because now I have a lot of pawn there. And now he forgot that I have en passant. If it tries to reach this pawn, I push this pawn. And by the way, if I make this square now, you see, he can't go there. So I'm just making a queen and a win. Now, I think he's trying to win on time, but there is no way he can. Yeah, but now I just make a queen. For 2. Actually, can I make a board of pieces? No. Can I? 6, 7. No. No, I need 1 piece. Okay, let's make another queen. Nice game. Now let's check the analysis. Alright, now it's working. Let's see. So I'm playing the close Sicilian. Now you have a bunch of different moves. Now computer is going to say in default, but if you play the close Sicilian, Stockfish is stupid. Does not understand that if I want to play a close thing, I'm not going to open everything up because otherwise I'm just going to play f3. Yeah, which by the way, if I play d4, I guess I'm disposing in some knight f3 line. So playing g3 is logical. Computer says I'm slightly worse, but if you let him think now, and in the opening you don't have to see if you are slightly better or slightly worse. The important thing of an opening is just to play something you like, something you know you are good playing it, something that you want to play. Even though we are equal, I don't give a fuck because that's what I want to play and I'm going to play this well. And maybe my opponent hasn't faced this opening so many times and is going to play bad while I always play this stuff with bishop on g2 or bishop on b5, so I know what I'm doing. Yeah, just bishop on g2, which is logical, and yeah, you want to think it to the bishop. I'm just playing logical moves, just building these really good pawn chains, and develop the knight on e2 because I want to play f4. And f4 I think is really important because with f4 I'm preparing e5, and e5 opens this bishop, which becomes really strong, so I'm actually using the bishop. Yeah, he's playing, yeah, I mean, just castle, but yeah, okay. I mean, it just wasting, yeah, it's just wasting times. It's time to castle, it's time to castle. People that play Sicilian, you know, the first 10 moves, they just play pawn moves, and they're like, yeah, I'm good, I don't have problem, that's true, but if you castle a bit earlier, I know you play the Sicilian, so you want to move all the pawns because you have to complete this quest, which is move all the pawns on the board before developing pieces, but wait, if you castle, you have no problem. If you don't castle, I'm going to crush you. That's really simple. So you just have to waste the move instead of moving a pawn because you just want to. Just castle. It's simple. Yeah, and now f4. Computer does not like it because it's stupid as fuck. What do you want? d4. Shut up. f4. I'm slightly worse. I'm better than Stockfish. Yeah, now it says e5. Yeah, e5 looked really logical to me. I mean, something, my instinct said to play e5, so I just decided to play it. Looks really logical. The point of playing f4 is that I want to open the bishop, so I'm just doing this, and I'm probably going to win a pawn, so why not to do that? Now the computer is suggesting knight on e4, which I missed, and actually is a really strong move. Threatening not only to take this pawn, but this really annoying check, taking, yeah, that was a really good move that I missed. And I'm still much better now because my opponent decided not to castle for some reason. He's still not castling, and as you can see, computer does not really like that. I thought about c4, but sorry, I play c4, e take, I take, e take, I take, yeah, that's something I missed. Nice c3. Not even considering this. Never will consider this. So I'm normal and I just decided to be up a pawn, which is not the best decision at all because my king is actually really weak. Despite the fact that it does not have a light square bishop, he has a really strong queen, so this was a wrong decision. But it wasn't easy to understand what I had to do. Despite that, I'm not even close to losing, it's minus 0.06. Yeah, this was kind of wild of a choice. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I was thinking, what if I play? What if we play d4? That's annoying. I don't think I'm going to lose. Like, he can put all the pressure in the board, and I'm probably not going to lose. Yeah, but yeah, that was a really annoying move. So for this reason, I actually decided to play the rook. So this way, I'm not pinned, and I just developed the queen. So yeah, I'm playing good. I'm playing good. Yeah, this move. Yeah, I said that I'm going to tell. I was going to tell you the plan. What it? I mean, because this move is good. It's not bad. So till this point, it was playing really good. Now you have to consider that you are down a pawn, but apart from that, you have a really good pressure. So you kind of have to try to find a way to make more pressure. If you just waste times, you're not going to make more pressure. For this reason, computer is suggesting knight on d4, which if you look at it, it's a really good move because if you play knight d4, you are putting more pressure, as I said. So when you see that your opponent is a lot restricted in space and you are attacking, you always have to find another attacking move, another move that puts some problem. Because if I take the knight, which by the way is the best move, it takes with the queen, I'm going to lose this pawn, and I'm worst now, worst after that. The computer is suggesting to try to take the queens, but just take on b2. Yeah, but now I think we check. Let's see. And still better. The rook is hanging, I had to move the rook and I keep losing pawn. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be it though. It's not that I'm losing. But yeah, this was the best move. as I said, you have to try to find the move that pose many problems, the most problem as possible. If you try to play something like b5, it's slow, it's too slow. Right? Yeah, it's too slow. I can just develop every piece and I'm not in trouble. For this reason, when he played this move, I said it was wrong because I can just develop my pieces and not be in trouble. Now, I played this move, which create another weaknesses, but I was really scared about the knight going there. But probably you can just develop the rook and don't do anything, and probably it's okay. But yeah, now I wasted another move and now I do whatever I want. This loses a pawn for no reason at all. Knight f4, he says. Yeah, I missed this tactic. If he takes there, I just have the fork. Yeah, I missed this. I was low on time and just tried to play logical. Is +4 there. Not bad. Yeah, this is kind of an advanced move. Now, yeah, computer was saying E2, but the concept is the same. It's good that I'm running through that. I'm just running through this. But I see that the guy who is in trouble after rook e8 is him, is not me. Because he's the one who is pinned. I'm not pinned, he's pinned. So I'm just baiting him to try to pin me, but I am the one who's actually pinning him. And as you can see, I just moved the king because now he has annoying discoveries. So I move the king where he does not have a knight check. Even if he checks me this way, I just run on h3 and I have no problems. Now I play d4, which is the best move. You can play everything. You can play pretty much everything now. Yeah, this wasn't a clever move, because we're going to get into an endgame with just kings and pawn, which undefendable. Usually 9 times out of 10, even if I'm up a pawn, it's lost. But now I'm up 3 pawns, so there is no way you can defend this. So you shouldn't try to trade as many pieces as he did. Yeah, this was a really good move, because now I have passed pawn, defended by my king. As I said, work where the king is, where your king is. And now I can work even on the queen side, because his queen is on the king side also, so I just have pawns, so I'm even stronger on this side now. And he blundered the en passant, and I mean, there isn't too much to see after this. So I hope you like the video. If you want to see something else, please let me know in the comment and I'll try to make a video about it. So see you soon.